And just in case you were confused, I am not An Yang. She did this for the last, 7, 8 years? 8 years, and so it's my time now. We work together. I like An, and she passed the baton to me. We had a nice conversation about it, so I'm so happy to be here today. Happy to see everybody. Look, this is my first time being in a banquet room like during COVID times. We're making progress, aren't we? Woo! I mean, I don't have to tell you, it's been crazy. It's been crazy for so many of us, especially those of us who have been directly impacted. But it's nice to see us trying to slowly get back to some normalcy, even though we still have a ways to go. But I'm happy to be here and happy to see all of your wonderful faces. The best thing that Larry Rosenblum said to me, it made me feel so good. He said, "You look so much better in person than you do on TV." Yes! So thanks, Larry. So good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning. We welcome you to this, 9th annual induction ceremony for the Montgomery County Business Hall of Fame. And yes, I'm Millette Green, not Melissa Molay. She does our traffic early in the morning, and people get us mixed up, just the names, because it's kind of spelled the same way. So on the weekends, I anchor the weekend morning news, and then during the week, I have the pleasure of covering stories in the community. I do the good news stories, things that are good in the community, that impact the community. And so this would be one of the stories we would do. In fact, I did a story just yesterday morning. Just a little teaser. And I had the honor of meeting Cece via Zoom. And she is a delight, and you will hear from her later on in the program. Her story really captivated me. I knew I was going to meet a wonderful young lady because everyone said so many great things about you, but I didn't know she would blow my mind. And the interview went on and on and on, even though I only used a little snippet. I just wanted to know more about her and what she wanted to do with her life and how she is involved in her mission to give back to the community. So that's a wonderful thing. I'm not going to make the big giant pitch. This is a scholarship. This benefits scholarship money that helps Cece in her studies. Scholarship money really helped me. So you have the information. Someone will be along to really plug this. But we really want to be able to do a good thing in the community to raise money. I was born and raised in Washington, D.C., went to public school all the way. Yay, D.C. public schools. Oh, I got another D.C. public, oh, 2. Okay, any more? Come on. There we go, we got 3, 4. See, DCPS, it works. And so I did not know how to navigate the college thing. My parents, good people, good government jobs, they didn't go to college, so they could not help me through the process. I was the baby of 6, my other siblings much older than me. They had gone through the college process, but they were in their 20s and not thinking about their baby sister. So I had to figure it out. And Howard University is where I wanted to go. And at that time, it was a lot less expensive than it is now, but it was still out of reach financially. And so I got scholarship money from everywhere, from my church, from community things that I did in high school, everywhere. And then when I got to Howard, I figured out, oh my goodness, these school counselors, they have scholarship money on their desks. How do I get some of that money to pay for school? And I figured out, oh, okay, you gotta have the grades, so that was a check. I had the grades, and I had a great relationship, and it's all about relationships. You business people, you politicians, you know about that. It's all about making those connections that matter everywhere you go. Cece, you gotta make those connections, you know that. And so that's what happened. And so when I got out of Howard University broadcast journalism major, wanting to be an anchor reporter, Howard wrote me a check, y'all, because they had extra scholarship money in the bank for me, and I was able to buy my first television news wardrobe. At the time, we wore the jackets with the Sirius shoulder pads. Y'all remember that, ladies? Woo! I love me some shoulder pads back then. That was a long time ago, even though I still look 22. Thank you. So yes, we are here for some very important reasons, to highlight some great business people, and of course to make that scholarship money to impact the lives of those in the community, especially from underserved neighborhoods. So as we all know, there was no induction ceremony in 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. So 2021 represents a comeback year for the Montgomery County Business Hall of Fame. We're ready for a comeback. And of course, I am so happy to be part of the comeback. I'm going to call myself the comeback kid tomorrow on the air. Let me begin with some very brief housekeeping issues. Okay, so we're not going to have a break in the program. We invite you to enjoy your meal throughout the course of today's ceremony. And I do have to ask you to silence your cell phones. Have some patience while lunch is being served. I know you're having your first course. Staffing issues have become a challenge in today's economy. We've talked about it, you know about it. It exists, it's going to continue to exist until we get our way through these challenging times. Before we get started, we ask that you, again, take a look once again at your cell phones. I mean, you can take pictures and all that kind of good stuff, but we do not want to hear your phone ringing. My daughter, Riley, will call me in the middle of important meetings and say, "Mommy, what's for dinner?" So we don't want to have that happen. It was 10 years ago that Grosberg Company and Sandy Spring Bank partnered to establish the Montgomery County Business Hall of Fame. Now, from the beginning, the Hall of Fame was envisioned as a way to honor businessmen and businesswomen who have both enriched the corporate climate of Montgomery County and enhanced the county's quality of life. Now, over these years, 38 individuals have been inducted into the Hall of Fame. Many of them, along with a number of other VIPs, are here with us this afternoon. So I'm going to call their names out. You're going to hold your applause until I say clap, okay? So let me put my glasses on, because I can't really see very well these days. You know, when you hit 28 years old, the eyesight just goes down. Beware, CC. You have a few years to go. Okay. So let me acknowledge our elected leaders who are with us this morning. First up, Mark Elrich, Montgomery County Executive. From the Montgomery County Council, we have Andrew Friedson. Marcus Jones, Chief of Police, Montgomery County. He's at my table. John McCarthy, State's Attorney, Montgomery County. Now, I did say hold the applause, but just do your thing, folks. Montgomery County Sheriff Darren Popkin. From the Maryland State Senate, we have Senator Ben Cramer, we have Senator Will Smith, we have State Senator Cheryl Kagan. From the Maryland House of Delegates, David Frazier Hidalgo, we have Lily Chee and Jim Gilchrist. From the Montgomery County School Board, Rebecca Smondrowski. I apologize if I butchered that. From the Gaithersburg City Council, Mayor Judd Ashman. Where are you, Mayor? Oh, there you are. We've talked many times. Council members Neil Harris, Lori Ann Sales, Ryan Spiegel, Robert Wu. Former Maryland Attorney General Doug Gansler. He's at my table, too. Representing or here for Congressman David Trone, we have Gray Yatchup. Council member Sidney Katz could not be here. In Sidney's stead, we have Lisa Mandel-Trupp. Former Executive Director, Universities at Shady Grove, Stuart Edelstein. Now listen, born and raised in Washington, D.C., but I now reside in the beautiful, gorgeous Prince George's County. And so we have County Executive, Prince George's County Executive Angela Also Brooks, representing Prince George's, yeah. I waved to you earlier. You didn't see me. You were probably like, there are no people from Bowie here. I'm here. Now, did we miss any elected leaders who came in who probably didn't RSVP? You didn't tell us you were coming. You didn't check in. I want to acknowledge you. Did we miss anybody? Okay, I think we're good on that end. All right, now, past honorees, you are here and we want to acknowledge you. All right, I'll say hold your applause till the end, but you're not going to listen. So let me just, whatever you want to do. Here we are, Kevin Beverly, Terry Ford, Giannine Italiano, Carmen Larson, Sedalia Luis Akbar, Natalia Luis, Alan Meltzer, Sophia Parker, Will Slossenberg, Ray Shonky, who's at my table, Jim Soltez, I think I messed that up, Jim Sweet, Carol Trawick. Thank you all, past honorees. You're awesome. So today we are here to honor some new people, 4 additional business leaders as new members of the Montgomery County Business Hall of Fame, and they come from diverse backgrounds, but each of them represents in his or her own way the determination, dedication, and entrepreneurial spirit that makes success possible. Each will be honored with a plaque displayed right here at the universities at Shady Grove and Montgomery County Conference Center. And in addition to honoring these accomplished men and women, proceeds from this afternoon's event support scholarship programs here at USG. Let me now introduce the individuals behind this great event, the Montgomery County Business Hall of Fame. First up, a gentleman that needs no introduction. You all know who he is. Larry Rosenblum, who is the chair of the Montgomery County Business Hall of Fame and a former partner at Grosberg Company. Larry's commitment has made the hall and this annual induction ceremony really fixtures on the Montgomery County business landscape. Grosberg Company is now being represented by Michael Walsh, who has been with the firm for 20 years, becoming a partner in 2012. And while he may be a new addition to the Montgomery County Business Hall of Fame committee, his passion and vision and excitement makes him a seamless fit. For over 9 decades, Grosberg Company has offered the highest quality tax and accounting services to its clients and community. The company has grown as the county has grown and thrived as the county has thrived. Ken Cook is Executive Vice President of Commercial Banking with Sandy Spring Bank. And throughout his career as a banking executive, Ken has been defined by his commitment to small business banking, community banking, and high-level service. Headquartered in Olney and with more than 60 locations, Sandy Spring Bank is a premier community bank in the region, offering a broad range of commercial and retail banking, mortgage private banking, trust services, insurance services, wealth management. I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank all of the sponsors for making this possible. You are all listed in the program, and of course that's going to be scrolling on the screens as well to shout out a thank you to you. This event, again, could not have taken place without your support. So please, when you get a moment, take a moment to review the list of sponsors and thank them for making this day a success. Aren't we happy to have good sponsors? So ladies and gentlemen, please join me while you're clapping already. Larry Rosenblum is coming to the stage. Come on, Larry.
Thank you for that very rousing, gracious, and heartfelt sitting ovation. Doesn't get old. Thank you, Millette Green, for agreeing to be our MC today. She doesn't know this yet, but she's agreed to MC this event for the rest of her professional career. Isn't that nice of her? Yay! All right, I was told to keep my remarks under 45 minutes, so you may want to get comfortable. On behalf of Grossberg Company, Sandy Spring Bank, and the University of Shady Grove, we welcome you to our 9th annual Hall of Fame induction ceremony. You know, looking around, don't we feel safe with some important dignitaries here today? I'm glad you asked that, Senator Kramer. We have with us today, as Millette said, Montgomery County Police Chief, Montgomery County Sheriff, Montgomery County State's Attorney, former Maryland Attorney General, and former lineman for what used to be called the Washington Redskins. I don't know about you, but I feel as safe as I've ever been. Okay, but enough about me. Today we welcome 4 more outstanding business people into an exclusive club, the Montgomery County Business Hall of Fame. They came from foreign lands, Netherlands, India, Jamaica, and Michigan. Sorry, Marilyn, Michigan is foreign to me. And ended up here in Montgomery County to make a huge impact for all of us. Not only did they enhance our business community, bringing jobs, success, and entrepreneurship, they also have left their positive, respective marks in our community at large. They join a group of 38 other fellow Hall of Fame honorees. This is not a one-and-done business recognition. It's a group of committed business leaders who continue to actively participate and support the Hall of Fame. For example, as you know, last year, we didn't have an event. Not a virtual event, nothing. But the needs of scholarships for students didn't disappear. But it was through their leadership and the leadership of prior sponsors, and many of you in this room, that we raised in excess of $75,000 last year. That's a testament to this organization. Another example of their dedication is the fact that almost half of our surviving and current Hall of Fame members are here today. We can clap for that too. So the late and very esteemed Montgomery County Councilman Bill Hanna used to have a favorite phrase that he used. The quote said, and he said he borrowed this from somebody, so he didn't take credit for it. If you always do what you always did, you'll always get what you always got. Meaning the same old will only get you so far. What does it take to succeed in our current business environment? Well, I'm glad you asked. It takes innovation. It takes outside-the-box thinking. It takes lots of guts and stamina. And it takes confidence, passion, investment, and willingness to take on plenty of risk. And what gives them the courage to do all of that? Again, I'm glad you asked. It takes education. And the best investment we in the business community can make is the investment in education. That's why the marriage between the Hall of Fame and USG is so vitally important. It's a marriage made in heaven. Not only do we invest to help create an educated workforce, but we make a huge difference in our community at large. Good for us. I'm pleased to announce that as of now, we have raised a net of over $160,000 for scholarships this year. And we still have plenty of opportunities to add to that total. Hint, hint. If not for us, Many of these students would not get a college education, plain and simple. Since the beginning, we're now within shouting distance of raising $1.5 million. And that's helped to educate over 1,000 students. Yay us. Okay, I don't know how my shopping list got mixed up in my notes here. But as an aside, I'll tell you that I was taking my granddaughter to nursery school one day, recently, and I said, Lily, we're gonna have to make a stop. I have to pick up some groceries. I said, we have to go to the Giant. And she said, Grandpa, we can't go to the Giant. We don't have a beanstalk. 4 years old. Ought to be 4. In closing, it says here to pause for applause. So I get to thank lots of people. Thank you for all of those responsible for putting on this very successful event. First, let's thank Ann Kademian and USG for being such a graceful host. And thank you, Melissa Marcus, and your staff for this delicious lunch in a COVID-challenged environment, no less. This is the largest event they've had at USG in over 2 years. In January, when we started planning this event, we had no event. We couldn't do it. USG was shut down. Eventually, we were told we could probably have it, but we were looking to have it somewhere else. Then we were told we could have it, but would be very scaled down. Then we were told, well, it's going to probably be box lunches. We don't have the wait staff to do this. So here we are, look around. Room's packed, staffing is staffed, meals are being delivered. So, yay us. Yay, Melissa. Thank you, Dick Lipsky and his crew from MCPS for all of the audio-visual support today. In my many years, and this gray might suggest that it's been more than many, I've never been so blessed than to work with such a hardworking, dedicated, and engaged group of people than this committee for the Business Hall of Fame. I especially want to give a shout out to our vice chair, Steve Silverman, who isn't here with us today. Steve's been extraordinarily helpful. But thank you all so much in this committee. And you all deserve a round of applause, especially from me. While everyone in our group works so hard, there is one person in particular that we want to single out and embarrass today. For years, he's schlepped around his cameras to interview honorees, public officials, and other stakeholders all over Montgomery County. He then edits his recordings and posts them on social media. I.J. Hudson, please come up for this special award and appreciation. All right, on with the show. It gives me great pleasure to welcome one of the stars of Grossberg Company and my friend, Michael Walsh.
Thank you, Larry. That was very kind. It is my pleasure to be here. This is my first time in this role, and honestly, I can say that there's a ton of work that goes into this program. Behind the scenes, I've been going to a lot of the meetings, and the amount of effort and time and dedication, it really blew me away, like Millette said. So I'm very honored to be here, and this really I couldn't be more proud to be here. I have been coming to this event ever since it started. And being a CPA, October 15th, the deadline, is quite hectic. So the timing of this is actually perfect for me. We have a lot of complicated tax returns, employee benefit plans that are due October 15th. And this kind of after the fact and after all the work that we have to do, I mean, this year was even much more difficult with the pressures from that Maryland tax law that really benefited a lot of our clients, but it was much more difficult, and a lot of our staff here can probably agree with that. So if you see someone from Grossberg, you can say they've had a hard couple of months, so I'm very happy. And so after October 15th, this is perfect timing for me to kind of reflect and regain some balance. This event really helps me because I love hearing all those stories from the honorees. They've accomplished so much, and it really makes me proud to be here and listen to them. And it really gives me a sense of recharging. Also, being on a college campus really brings me back. I've had a few tours here the last couple of years, and just seeing the staff or the students and seeing how they're walking around, being nervous about maybe a test or something brings me back. It just makes me feel it just gives me a lot of joy seeing that, and it brings me back, and these are going to be our future business leaders. So again, it brings it all full circle. So again, it's great to be here. So I'm going to keep this short. I want to continue with this program so we can hear some of those great stories and hear from some of the students. So I get to introduce someone who doesn't really need to be introduced, but he's a representative and of our co-founder of Sandy Spring Bank. Here's Tim Cook. Okay.
Okay, folks, I'll keep this relatively brief. Millette, you do look even better in person. Larry, you look better on TV, man. So I know how to tell you that, so I want to tell you in front of a crowd. We are, Sandy Spring is very proud to continue our support for the Montgomery County Business Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame is dedicated to not only recognizing our local business leaders, but also by also raising money to help local students achieve their dreams of getting a college education. The University's Shady Grove Scholarship Fund has a direct impact on students who live in our community and offers them a greater sense of belonging and makes a real difference in their lives. Over 1,000 students at this point have been impacted so far by this event, and this is our, 9th year of an in-person event, but 10 years of raising money for this event, I believe. And 1.3 million heading to 1.5 is a huge amount of money. And I did want to take a minute and seriously thank our co-founders of this event, which are Larry, Rosenblum, and Grossberg & Company CPAs, and H.L. Ward, former CEO of Monument Bank, who then became affiliated with both Revere and then Sandy Spring Bank. It was their brainchild, and it's greatly appreciated. So thank you, Larry, and thank you, H.L., who couldn't be here today. So when I get a chance to speak in front of groups, I often discuss the economic circle of life in our community and the role banks play in that circle. We provide external capital to businesses which help them grow and become more prosperous. And that helps them create jobs and improve their colleagues' life circumstances. With our modest profits, we give back to the community which has given us business. And giving back is key to that circle. So as I look at our honorees and congratulate Jay, Marilyn, Gordon, and Ipa today, here's what I see. Very successful business people who make it a priority to not only just create a successful business, but who are leaders who lead by example in making their community a better place to live, a better place to work, and take those actions which, through their civic involvement, which make their communities a wonderful place to be. And they do that with their time and their financial commitments. They give back, and thanks to each of our award winners for doing so. For our young people here today, connect yourself with leaders like our honorees and follow their example, as you are our future and they are your best teachers. And as I mentioned before in previous talks, please get your four-year degree here at Universities of Shady Grove. So, before Larry runs me off the stage, I just wanted to add a couple thoughts about education. I've always been results-oriented in business, and we want to give our shareholders a good return. A great education pays dividends forever, way beyond this generation. That means deep into future generations, including modeling successful behavior for those generations, as well as the the financial benefits and security along with that that follow that education. So finally, please help us continue to change lives by making your donation today if you haven't had a chance to already. We're making it easy in the booklet and in some attachments to it. Information obviously is at your table. This is a gift that lasts a lifetime. Thank you very much for being here today.
Thank you so much, Ken. Thank you, thank you. Besides myself and Cece, who are the young people in the room? He was asking to make sure you know. Where are the young people? Yeah, okay. That networking thing is key. Yeah, I tell you, I didn't know how to network. I didn't know how to network when I went to college and graduated. That was one of those things you learn after you graduate and you get into the real world and you really see that networking matters. So there are some big wigs and some big heads up in this room. So young people, introduce yourself to somebody, get some contact information, and talk to the folks, okay? I'm one of those young people. I'm looking to meet somebody. Okay, so it's now my pleasure to introduce our featured speaker this morning, Jeff Galvin, CEO and co-founder of American Gene Technologies. After a decades-long career in business and entrepreneurial activity, founding or working with numerous Silicon Valley startups, many of which were taken public or sold, Jeff Galvin made a remarkable transition into scientific research. Don't we love science right about now? Or at least we appreciate it. Driven by a keen interest in gene and cell therapy, he began a collaborative relationship with Dr. Roscoe Brady from NIH. Founded by Mr. Galvin with advice from Dr. Brady, American Gene Technologies aims to create functional gene therapy cures to treat a broad range of genetic diseases. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's please welcome Mr. Jeff Galvin.
Wow. Thank you for that very warm welcome, and it is an incredible honor to get to speak to all of you in this beautiful USG campus, and I know everybody's eating lunch. I want to just get your attention for 2 seconds and really look me right in the eye and feel me here. I love Montgomery County. And PG County's great too, okay? But my first love is Montgomery County. I gotta apologize for that. But this is just an amazing place to live. And I've lived a lot of places too. I grew up in the Boston area, pretty famous, right? And then I moved out to, no, don't clap for that. I'm just kidding. No, Boston is great. I grew up there. What an amazing opportunity it was to grow up in Lexington, Massachusetts. Reminds me a lot of Montgomery County. Just amazing place, diverse, highly educated, very oriented towards entrepreneurship. I come from an entrepreneurial family there. Anyway, I left the Boston area to go to San Francisco for 30 years. And I actually had a career in computers, software, internet, IT, apps. And I looked at my bank account at about age 42 and realized I didn't need any more money for the rest of my life. So I retired. And after 5 years of being on the beach in Hawaii and flying back and forth to my place in San Francisco, does this sound rough? I recommend it to anybody for about 5 years. But after that, I really got bored. And that's how I ended up here. It was just all serendipity. You know, I decided, okay, I'll just go ahead and dabble in something again. You know, I'll mentor an entrepreneur, I'll invest a little money in a startup, I'll sit on a board or something like that. And then I just got a business plan from NIH, and Dr. Roscoe Brady taught me about viral vectors, and my head just exploded. I saw the whole future of pharmaceuticals laid out in front of me. Gene and cell therapy is the future of pharmaceuticals. The market will be 10x what pharmaceuticals are now, but it'll bring 100x the value, and people will love their drug companies, if you can imagine that day. Because you will get things that cure you, don't treat you. They will cure you of things like cancer. As a matter of fact, I'm very happy to announce today that one of the things that I think gene and cell therapy is going to cure a lot of people of, HIV. We have an HIV cure in a human trial today. We have treated our third patient, and the safety data is perfect. Yeah, this is really exciting because can you imagine if Montgomery County was the place where HIV was cured? This is as big as polio. 1.2 million Americans have HIV. Only a third of them take their antiretroviral meds. The rest of them are progressing to AIDS and death. And they're infectious. And there's 50,000 new cases a year in the United States. Polio is only 60,000 cases at its peak. So this is critically important for society that we find a cure for HIV. And we've been working on this for a while, but I think we're on the eve of it, and I think we'll get efficacy data by next summer. We'll know whether this attempt works. And my confidence is exceedingly high. And why? Because I'm in Montgomery County in the shadow of NIH with all the greatest things around here and all the greatest PhDs that were trained in the Human Genome Project and that poured out of 71 institutes from the federal government and huge investment. And even NIAID has validated our preclinical data showing that the product that we make is orders of magnitude better at clearing HIV than anything ever seen before, including antiretrovirals. And a one-and-done treatment may be able to convert an HIV-infected individual into permanently immune to their disease. But I buried the lead. The lead is Montgomery County. An incredible place to live. Remember all the other places I've been to? Don't miss them at all. Not even San Francisco. And San Francisco's great, and the weather's great, but San Francisco and Boston are both crowded and incredibly expensive. And on top of that, Boston has even crappier weather on top of it, too. So this is actually, you know, first of all, coming from Boston, growing up there, this is like Miami to me. So I'm very happy with the weather here. But what I'm really happy with is just the environment. I mean, this place, the number one element is education. And here we are at an incredible example of it. And what I love about USG also is that the leadership really believes in training the whole mind and creativity and thinking outside of the box, all the things that Larry said, all the things that drive entrepreneurial spirit and get great things done. That is our major potential here. And so, you know, let me iterate that call for, you know, be generous. The money that you invest in education here all comes back to you tenfold. You know, it's what makes our environment here so great. This is just a great place to live. I always thought the state slogan should be, come here for business, stay for the lifestyle. Right? Is there a better place to live than Montgomery County? I haven't seen it. I've been all over the world for Apple. I have not seen it. This is my home. So another thing I think that I think we can sort of imagine a future here in Montgomery County and a really, really bright future. Remember I told you that cures are coming. And the cure for HIV is just the tip of the iceberg, because we've made a platform of reusable components that you can mix and match to cure a myriad of diseases, maybe thousands of diseases. And we have a cancer program which is showing incredible promise. Can you imagine a single-shot cure for any form of epithelial solid tumor? Breast, prostate, lung, liver, colon, kidney, ovarian, pancreatic, head and neck, skin cancers. That is not impossible. We have a 1,000-mouse study with 85% complete remission, and this should translate to humans well. Our collaborators, the Stanford Medical School, this is serious stuff. That could be our second act. But think about that, the value of all these things that I'm telling you about. We, as a community, all of us together, can bring another $500 billion per year of economic commerce here to Montgomery County. That would be like doubling the DMV and putting it right here at home. Here's our high-class problem, and my challenge to all of us. Let's keep that lifestyle. Let's figure out how to grow well. Let's educate our people, and let's also put some appreciation in all of our young folks for this great environment that we have, and let's figure out how to preserve it, and let's share this bounty with the rest of the state. Let's put Maryland up there with Boston and San Francisco in terms of the high-tech region that it not only is right now, but it's going to become. $500 billion, I kid you not. Cancer itself is a $1 trillion market. Even just HIV is $200 billion a year. Company, it's a $200 billion industry. It's $60 billion a year in potential revenues, but it's a $200 billion market cap company. All right. Anyway, thank you very much for your attention. I want to congratulate all the inductees. I hope that being, in the Hall of Fame in Montgomery County will suddenly be like an international prize one day. I know that ever since they refused me at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, this has been my aspiration. Who'd have known you had to be a band and have talent to be in that place? I mean, ridiculous. But anyway, congratulations to all of you, but also thank you to everybody in this room. There's so many amazing people here, and we make Montgomery County what it is. It's a spirit, and it runs through all of us here. And I just want to thank everybody in this room for being the special kind of people that make a special place like this. And thank you for welcoming me, a San Francisco guy, a Boston guy, into your lovely community. This is my home, and I love it here. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Jeff. Cures are coming. That's a direct quote from him. That's good to know. I have a brother right now battling prostate cancer. I had a sister who was diagnosed at 47 with ovarian cancer. She survived, so she's good. But we're looking forward to cures. It is now my great pleasure to present to you our new inductees into the Montgomery County Business Hall of Fame. Are we ready? Okay, so first up, we want to begin with Mr. J. Sonny Bajaj, the founder, chairman, and CEO of Digital Management. You could say that Sonny Bajaj was born and raised in the technology industry, right? Both of his parents independently built successful IT services businesses. And when Sonny founded his own company, he wanted DMI to ultimately become a global leader in providing innovative technology solutions. Well, that vision from 2002 is reality in 2021. DMI has advanced from this humble startup to an expansive worldwide organization serving hundreds of clients with more than 2,000 employees. It goes without saying that DMI owes its bold and energetic workplace culture to Mr. Bajaj's passion for the business, his commitment to his customers, and his respect for his employees. And all this hard work has been recognized with numerous accolades for both Sonny and DMI over the past 20 years, including honors from Smart CEO Magazine, Incorporated.com, and Deloitte's prestigious Technology Fast 500. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's give a warm welcome to our first inductee. Please join me in welcoming Sonny Bajaj. And I apologize if I didn't say your name well.
I really appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks. With all the high energy on the stage today, I don't know, it's going to be tough for me to keep up. But anyway, I wanted to congratulate all of the other inductees. It's nice to see all the other exciting things and great work that's being done in the county. I'm really honored to be with this group as well as all the alumni from the Hall of Fame in years past. Next, I got to thank all the sponsors, Grossberg, Sandy String, for supporting universities at Shady Grove and this great event. And thanks for University of Shady Grove hosting us. Look, it's really an honor to stand here in this room in front of all of you, holding this hardware. I don't know if that was more of an honor or being spotted on the side of the ride-on bus and all of the text and phone calls I got from that. But look, a little bit about me. I am the Michigan guy, although I grew up here in Montgomery County. I grew up not far from here in Gaithersburg and Potomac. This has always been my home. I went to Churchill High School, go Bulldogs. I stayed local to attend the University of Maryland at College Park, and I started my global company in Montgomery County, headquartered here in Bethesda. We have 23 offices in 10 countries, but this is home, and this is where the business is conducted from. So I'm a proud son of Montgomery County and the state of Maryland, and I'm not only thankful for the business environment that this provided us, but for the community. This is my home. I get to raise my daughter in a great, nice, safe neighborhood. We have great school systems, and so it's great to be a part of the community in general. Lastly, I won't be standing here without the support of my family, friends, and coworkers. And clients and business partners. Many of you have sponsored and coming here to support me today. So big shout out to all the family, friends. And I want to wrap it up by saying that you're only as good as your team. And I'm fortunate to be part of a great team. So thank you very much.
So he's going to take pictures, and I'm going to move on to the next inductee. Our next inductee this afternoon is Dr. Marilyn Balcom, President and CEO of the Gaithersburg Germantown Chamber of Commerce. Woohoo! For nearly 30 years, with civic organizations, county government, and nonprofit associations, Marilyn Balcom has worked to make Montgomery County a better place. As president and CEO of the Gaithersburg Germantown Chamber of Commerce, she serves almost 400 members, hosting dozens of networking events each year, as well as educational seminars and special events. The Chamber is also the voice for the local business community in Rockville and Annapolis. She also serves the community as a member of the board of Future Link, which provides low-income, first-generation college students with tools, skills, and resources to achieve lasting economic self-sufficiency. Additionally, she is co-chair of the Great Seneca Science Corridor Implementation Committee. That's a mouthful. They must do good stuff. Marilyn is also past chair of both the Committee for Montgomery and the Maryland Association of Chamber of Commerce Executives. And she has previously been honored as Chamber Executive of the Year. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Marilyn Balcom. Yes. I just noticed that your name is on there. I think I gave Sonny the wrong one, but we got it figured out. Do you want me to hold it while you do? Okay.
Thank you. It's so great to be here. It's so great to be in the room with actual people and so many of my friends. It's an honor to be inducted into the Business Hall of Fame with these gentlemen today and with all the past honorees. So many I've had the pleasure to work with through the years. I want to thank my board and staff for their ongoing support. Many of them are here today, and I have to say I have the best board in the world. My surprise today was they brought my brother here, so Bob Lillis. It was a surprise, and it almost ruined my mascara when I saw him, so it was great to see him. And I also want to note the mayor and council of the greatest city in the world, Gaithersburg, is here today, and thank them. The city has always been a great partner in business in Gaithersburg. And also to thank everyone for sponsoring today's luncheon for the universities at Shady Grove. USG really is a great asset in our community and is on the front lines of workforce development, so thank you for your support. I've been in business my entire life, starting as an accountant, as an organizational psychologist, and now as the CEO of the Gaithersburg Germantown Chamber. And the business community has faced a lot throughout those years. We've weathered several major recessions, but the past 18 months is something that we have never seen before. While some industries were successful in transitioning to a virtual environment, we know that for other industries it was just impossible. So many businesses did everything they could to keep their doors open and to keep their employees on the payroll. While many did make it, we know sadly that some didn't. If we've learned anything through this pandemic, we know that you can't have strong communities without a strong local economy. And you can't have a strong local economy without supporting employers and entrepreneurs. Now, thank you. Now, the people in the room didn't need a pandemic to tell us that, but our job going forward as we recover is to continually remind the people who aren't in this room that a strong business community is the backbone of our great county. Thank you.
Look, she's so short, I have to pull the microphone up. Little teeny person. Our next inductee is Mr. Gordon Barnaby, President and CEO of Barn Allen Technologies. Gordon Barnaby is a seasoned professional with more than 35 years of executive experience, that is, in all aspects of management. He provides Barn Allen with leadership, management of customer relations, and oversight of corporate strategies and relationships. Throughout his career, he has provided management and technical consulting services to a wide range of federal agencies and private sector companies. Previously, Mr. Barnaby was a senior executive for highly successful federal contract companies. In that capacity, he was responsible for designing and implementing innovative technology solutions that saved the ATF more than $36 million. In recognition for this achievement, he was awarded the National Performance Review Hammer Award for Excellence in Government by Vice President Al Gore. Over the past few years, Barn Allen has been recognized by the Washington Business Journal, Incorporated magazine, and others, all of which underscores the commitment to the professionalism of Mr. Barnaby and Barn Allen. So please join me in welcoming Mr. Gordon Barnaby.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Afternoon, I guess it is by now. Thank you all for being here today. It's such a great honor to receive this recognition. It's with great gratitude and humility that I accept this today. Many thanks to the Montgomery County Business Hall of Fame and to the universities for hosting us today. I'd like to extend my congratulations to the other awardees today. It's really an honor to be part of such an accomplished group of business leaders. I'd like to thank a few individuals who I feel have contributed to my success. First, my family, which is quite large, couldn't all fit in here today. But I do have a few members here who are here. First, I'd like to thank my sisters, Sybil and Paulette, who have tolerated me and encouraged me and stood with me all along this time. You know, in our business, a lot of people don't quite understand what we do, including my own family. And so, you know, when you say you're a government contractor, you get a lot of calls for construction work and other things that I wish I could do. But even my own family sometimes doesn't quite understand it. But I had to bring a few witnesses here today to show them that there is some. In addition, my brother-in-laws Charles and Earl are with us. Special thanks also to two of the geniuses who I think have allowed me to achieve a certain level of success. First, I want to introduce Jewel Morgan and Larry Wright, who we've worked together for, seems like hundreds of years, and they have been a vital part of Barn Allen's success, and even before Barn Allen. Okay. I always, you know, sometimes you're tempted to get a little big-headed and think that, you're all of that. But I do remind myself frequently that any level of success, it's usually not just an individual accomplishment. Success is a group effort. And I've been very fortunate to be surrounded by an incredible group of individuals at Barn Allen. And I just don't know how to thank them, but it's very important for all of us to remember that it's the compilation of group effort that get us where we are. A lot of elected officials here today, I'm sure you know that. You know, it's the people around you who really help to push you forward. So I just wanted to point that out. Again, let me express my gratitude and appreciation to the universities, to the Hall of Fame, and all this other sponsors who've put this together. I know I'm not supposed to name names, but Larry, Amy, Lenore, and all the other people who sort of pushed me along during this process. It's been a very busy time for all of us. COVID has had special effects on our company and our work, and thank you for having me here. I just want to say, I still don't believe this. I really think there's some mistake along the way. I've asked for a recount. I've asked for a recount. I know, don't say it. Anyway, thank you all again. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Thank you.
You know, one thing he struck me, my family doesn't understand what I do either. My daughter asks every day, Mommy, do you have to go to work? Yes, I have to go to work. It's tough. And I have to go to bed at 6 p.m. because I get up at 1:30 in the morning. I have to arrive at the station by 3:30. We're on the air by 4 a.m. Yeah, I got to get up. On the weekends, I get to sleep in, though, until about 3:30 in the morning. So nice. Okay, so we now have come to our fourth and final inductee this afternoon, Chef Ipa Vaughn Heinst. Did I get it close, Chef? Oh my goodness, because I butchered it on air yesterday. I'm so sorry, I have to apologize. But I did eat at one of your restaurants to make up for it. At American Silver, it was delicious. I had, I was inside, I had the whole place to myself. The breakfast was, Thank you. Okay, I digress. Okay, he is the co-founder and executive chef of Silver Diner and Silver New American Brasserie. Chef Von Heist's passion for food was nurtured in the garden and the kitchen as a child. It was refined in training at some of Europe's finest restaurants as a young man, and it has led to a lifelong career of cooking and helping others live a healthier life. It was actually Silver Diner where I ate. We got a new one in Prince George's County in the Woodmore Shopping Center. See what I'm saying? I was there. Silver Diner was the first chain restaurant to eliminate the use of trans fats. Chef's menus include fresh and local products. We love that. And the Silver Diner Kids menu has received national acclaim for influencing healthy eating. And he might look familiar to you guys in other ways, not because he has on the flashy fly jacket. It's because Chef has been featured on the Food Network, appearing on both Beat Bobby Flay and Chop, two of my favorites. He didn't beat Bobby Flay, but that's okay. No one, not many people beat him. But that's okay. That doesn't mean your food ain't good. It's good. Because he won Chopped. He won on Chopped. And then he did this good thing. He donated his $10,000 in winnings to Doctors Without Borders. See what I'm saying? It's a good guy with a great jacket. Let's welcome Chef Ipa Vaughn Heinst. Come on, Chef.
Wow, what an introduction. Fantastic. I don't know if they wanted to keep the most boring for last or the best for last, but I will try to make it short for you. Larry took a lot of my time up, so I'm going to now do my little speech in about 2 minutes. You know how Larry is. He gets a little long-winded. First of all, I want to recognize my wife and Piers and my son. Steve is not here today. We grew up in Montgomery County, but I got to tell you, without the support from Denise, who has been with me for 50 years. How could she stand it? Thank you so much, Denise. Denise, please get up. There are not many people who can stay with me for 50 years. Please get up. They always say, those are not my words, but I love those words when I heard them, that what we do in life echoes in eternity. And I think that theme has been going around all day, that paying forwards is so important. And, first of all, I'm very humbled and appreciative of your kindness of thanking me. But I really want to thank you. This has been a fantastic journey in Montgomery County for the last 33 years. And, when I was McCarty, the state's attorney, he said, you guys are an institution in Montgomery County and all over Virginia and Maryland. And I'm so glad that we've been able to create that, but also at the same time, paying forwards. When Susan Galligan asked me, would you please help us raise money for college kids? I said, of course. Would you please give some lessons in the hospitality business, which I think is one of the best businesses and still will be forever in the world? I said, of course, I want to help. And will you help raise money? Yes, because it's so important for students, to get an education, as Ken mentioned, to better their lives. And that's the only thing in the end of the day that you can contribute to and leave behind. You can't separate yourself as a person from a business. And you know, Bob Giamo, my business partner for 33 years, he probably deserves more of this credit than I do. But I've been, you know, a catalyst of helping raising more money. There's a whole team sitting on the table of people who grow up in the Silver Diner. They have been anywhere from 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years with us. It's incredible. If you would go to one of our meetings of the operating partners, I think the youngest one in time with us has been 7, 8 years. Everyone else goes to 25, 30 years. And that's what we've been able to accomplish over here in Montgomery County in Virginia and Maryland. And that's what I'm most proud of, because that's paying forwards to everyone. Silver Diner is also a big part of the community. You know, we're buying fresh and local food. We have given millions to great causes. And during the pandemic, and I'm sure all of you, a lot of have their own stories to tell, we prepared every day 3,000 meals at the Rio location to again pay forwards to people who are less fortunate than us. And those are the things that make me very, very proud. So thank you all for recognizing me, but really it goes out to you, because you have given me the opportunity to pay forwards, which is the most important thing besides my family in my life. Thank you.
And while you're clapping, let's give a huge round of applause to all of our fabulous inductees. Larry, are we going to bring them up now, the four, or we're going to wait? We're going to wait, right? Okay, we'll move on with the program. I think it's important to have a chance to hear directly from a student here at USG who is a scholarship recipient to talk about how it's impacted her life. I spoke a little bit about Sorelmi Santos, AKA CC, who is a native of Montgomery County, but you need to hear from her. As an undergraduate, she was a member of the University of Maryland College Park's Smith School of Business class of 2012. Her connection to the Smith School of Business continues here at USG, where she is an MBA candidate. Additionally, she's a member of our business community, working for Booz Allen. And she is the host of 9T, USG's award-winning podcast run by the students for the students. So ladies and gentlemen, here's a treat. Please welcome Sorelmi Santos.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Montgomery County Business Hall of Fame. My name is Sorelmi Santos. My friends call me Cece. I am a proud product of the public education system of our great state and county. I graduated from Montgomery Blair High School in 2008 and the University of Maryland College Park in 2012. I am on track to earn my MBA from the University of Maryland's Robert H. Smith School of Business here at the Universities of Shady Grove in just over a year, December 2022. So I stand here as a first-generation college graduate, a first-generation graduate school student, and thanks to the sacrifices of my mother, a first-generation American. I am here to thank you, the sponsors and members of the Montgomery County Business Hall of Fame, for your investment in education. I am told that I am the first graduate student to speak at this event, and I would not be here without your help. So I want to share with you how I got here. I am the daughter of a loving single mother and a sister to 2 brothers. My mother, Maria, was born and raised in El Salvador. She immigrated to the United States at the age of 14, fleeing the Civil War. At 14, she faced 2 options: stay there and die, or come to America and live. Traveling to this country with an uncle and carrying only an elementary school education, she immediately got a job on a crew cleaning houses. I remember being very young and going to work with my mother cleaning houses because she had no choice. She couldn't afford childcare, and it was really the only time we had together. The long hours and low wages taught my mother something that she instilled in all of her children. You need an education. You don't want to have to work this hard. Education is the future. You will spend more time with your own children if you don't have to work like I do. I want to say today, I heard you, Mom. Everyone, please give a nice hello to my mother, Maria. Stand up, Mom. Thank you. She now has her own cleaning company and is a true member of the business community. School, coupled with my mother's work ethic and determination, became my life structure. It was everything to me. I secured a scholarship to the University of Maryland, graduating from the Robert H. Smith School of Business in 2012. Then I got a job working with State Farm in insurance sales. A few years in the working world taught me that I needed to get an MBA. I wanted to expand my career opportunities, I wanted to hone my business skills, and I want to have what it takes to be a business leader in Montgomery County. So I applied for and won one of the very few scholarships available to graduate students. Along with my earnings, it helped pay for my first year of graduate school, so I kept working. Then, at the height of the pandemic, my boss decided to shut down his State Farm agency. So all of a sudden, I was looking at my entire life structure going away. Without the job, I could not afford to stay in the MBA program. It was a dark time. But thanks to the connections I made here in the Smith program at the universities at Shady Grove, I found a new job at Booz Allen. Then came the news that I would be receiving support from the Montgomery County Business Hall of Fame. I found out that the Hall of Fame supports all scholarships at the universities at Shady Grove. They go where they are needed the most. Now, this is important for all of you to know. Hall of Fame scholarships are key to building a better community. Your dollars are supporting the future of business right here in Montgomery County. One more word on the universities at Shady Grove. This is an incredible place to be earning a degree. Class sizes are smaller than the home campus, and there's more opportunity for time with teachers. This intimate setting gives me the confidence to ask questions, speak up, and lead fearlessly. I am on my way to becoming a leader in our community, and I will always pay it forward, because I would not be here if you all had not paid it forward. So thank you, Montgomery County Business Hall of Fame. Thank you for believing in people and investing in our future. Thank you.
She's on her way. One to watch. That was wonderful, Cece. Cece told me in our interview that she wants to set up a financial services business and really dig deep into the Black and brown community and help them with building wealth. So she's going to need us, and we're going to need her, right? Yes. Thank you again. Yeah, we definitely need those scholarships. Let me tell you, I got those scholarships at Howard, and I left school. I got my first job in Meridian, Mississippi, as an anchor reporter in Meridian, Mississippi, far from home. I made $13,000 a year. I thought, I went to college and that's all you're paying me? And then I thought, well, let me negotiate here. I negotiated and I got $500 more, so I made $13,500. I was a star. So we need that support now and, of course, after school. I am now very much pleased to introduce our host this afternoon, Dr. Ann Kademian, Executive Director of the Universities at Shady Grove. As mentioned earlier, when the Montgomery County Business Hall of Fame held its inaugural event back in 2012, it was announced that all net proceeds of the annual event would go to scholarship programs right here at USG. USG is an amazing place. 9 different University System of Maryland campuses brought together under one roof, offering more than 80 high-demand degree programs, all right here in Maryland's largest, most economically vital jurisdiction. Ann Kademian became USG's 3rd executive director 1 year ago, and in that capacity, she holds the title of Associate Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs for the University System of Maryland, a nationally recognized scholar and author in the areas of inclusive management and organizational change with more than 20 years of experience in higher education. Ann is the right leader at the right time to build on USG's impressive record of growth and success. So please welcome our final speaker this afternoon, Dr. Ann Kademian.
Thank you, Molette. What an amazing MC today. Let's give her a round of applause. We appreciate your time and talent with us today so much, so thank you so much. Thank you, Larry, and everyone from the Montgomery County Business Hall of Fame Committee for once again hosting this amazing luncheon at the universities at Shady Grove. Thank you, Larry. Thank you, everyone. And I want to give a shout out to the USG team, who is a big part of this as well. Everyone's been talking about their teams. I have the most amazing team here at USG, so thank you so much, team. It is great to be back, even though this is my first time. It is great to be back together in person after such a challenging 20 months that we all have been through. Welcome back to all the past inductees of the Hall of Fame, and a big thank you to all of you who are here to support the new inductees and this great cause as well. Speaking of welcome back, I also want to say that it is great to welcome back my predecessor, nearly 20 years as executive director of USG and a Montgomery County icon, Stu Edelstein. Stu. Thank you. This is the best job in the world, Stu. Absolutely, absolutely. If this is your first time at the Universities of Shady Grove campus, welcome to the jewel of Montgomery County. We are delighted that you are here. The Montgomery County Business Hall of Fame's recognition of the importance of business leaders to the overall strength and prosperity of our community is exceptional. And your decision to continue each year making sure the students at USG are the beneficiaries of your generosity is extraordinary. We are so grateful for that support, and nobody is more appreciative of the difference that support makes than the students themselves who are recipients of the Hall of Fame scholarships. For students at USG, scholarships are not just helpful. They are often absolutely vital to their ability to even attend college. And for many, if not for the existence of USG within the community where they already live and work or care for family members, completing a bachelor's or a master's degree may not even have been an option. Speaking of students, Cece, wow. Thank you so much for sharing your powerful personal story with all of us. You are truly an amazing young woman. And I know your mom, your family and friends, and everyone in the USG community is so proud of you and all that you have already accomplished. What a shining example you are of the kind of hardworking, smart, capable, and driven students we are so fortunate to serve here on the USG campus. In your case, an MBA student from the University of Maryland's very prestigious Smith School of Business. I also want to say that it was my privilege to have been a guest recently on the student-run podcast that CC co-hosts here at USG. It's called 9T. I would tune in on Spotify or anywhere else. You'll learn some great insight. It's a terrific podcast. It's about USG. It's about life. It's about students. It's about mental health. It's about everything, and it's so well done. So congratulations on that. If you have some spare time, it's worth taking a good listen. And in all your spare time, you're able to host a podcast as well. It's quite remarkable. Most importantly, today is about celebrating 4 great business leaders in the county, the newest inductees in the Montgomery County Business Hall of Fame. I want to add my sincere congratulations to each of the honorees: Sonny, Marilyn, Gordon, and Ipa. Thank you all for being such great leaders in your industries and for the many ways you are making a difference in our community. You are modeling leadership that is inspirational to all of us. Congratulations to each of you on this deserving honor and for joining an incredible alumni of business leaders who are already in the hall and featured on this building on the Wall of Fame, which you all saw when you came in. Your photos will be displayed there soon. And we hope you come back again and again to check it out and visit the campus. We at the universities at Shady Grove are so proud to be the home to Montgomery County Business Hall of Fame. And we are proud to churn out career-ready graduates from the various academic programs that are offered here at USG from our 9 university partners, the students of today who will represent the next generation of business leaders in our community. We do this in partnership with our academic partners and with businesses across the county. As we grow to serve more and more students who are leaders in healthcare, the life sciences, IT, hospitality, construction, perhaps quantum computing as well. Your integral partnership will be vital to the success of the pathways that we build together that deliver accessible, affordable, high-quality education for all students and meet the expanding needs of the workforce. Thank you to everyone for coming out today. For those of you who have a bit more time to explore our beautiful and unique campus, you want to learn more about us, one of our staff members will be happy to give you a tour, show you around at the conclusion of our program. If today doesn't work for you, please let us know when you'd like to come back for a tour. We'd love to have you. I just want to say this moment, picking up on Jeff Galvin's great comments about Montgomery County, let's all continue to dream big together, especially coming out of this pandemic. Let's grow and learn together, and let's build very worthy, life-changing things together here in Montgomery County. Thank you for coming, and enjoy the rest of the day.
Ann, that was wonderful. Thank you so very much. Once again, I want to give another round of applause in appreciation to our Montgomery County Hall of Fame inductees, to the Montgomery County Business Hall of Fame committee and all of the leaders, the sponsors who helped make this a wonderful event and make this possible. As Larry talked about, in January, this wasn't what it was supposed to be, but here we are. And we want to thank all of you in the audience for coming out and being such a support system to this success. I also appreciate the opportunity to blow up some names up here on the stage and see just the good things happening in the community, and Cece being representative of what this is all about, making sure our success continues to be diverse and far-reaching and wide-ranging, right, Cece? And thanks to Mom. At the end of the program, we're going to ask that all of the Hall of Famers come back, past and present. We want to take some pictures. You know, we got to do all of that good stuff. So don't leave. Come right on up, right, Larry? Immediately, so we can get this done, because we got things to do today, right? We got business to handle. And ladies and gentlemen, let me just ask you to mark your calendars. They've already got a date for next year's induction ceremony. It's going to be on a Tuesday, October 25th, 2022. We want to encourage you to like the Montgomery County Business Hall of Fame on Facebook, on Twitter. You know we have to do all of that. And also the floral centerpieces, they are available, so one person at each table. I think that's going to be mine on my table. I've already claimed that. So you guys can work that out on your tables, who wants, you know, the centerpiece. And then a quick reminder about parking. It's complimentary with the validation available from one of the student ambassadors or the event coordinator. Thank you all for being here. Have a wonderful day.